Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is honestly more of a fantastic Pokemon than I ever realised. It has base 154 on its special defense, which is huge, meaning it can live some hits. It has got a huge attack stat at 130, a huge special attack at 110, base 106 in HP, which is also really good, but its downsides are its base 90 in its defense, meaning with the attack stats of a lot of the Pokemon in Ubers, it doesn't really live on the defensive front, but we do have some things to get around that. And base 90 on the speed for the Ubers tier is definitely very lackluster. It does outspeed a few different Pokemon, but it does match with a couple, but typically it is slower than the majority of Pokemon in Ubers. So today I've got 4 sets. Before we get started, if you scroll down, click that like button, also subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. Okay, so first set we've got here is a Ho-Oh with heavy duty boots. Now typically you're probably going to run heavy duty boots on Ho-Oh, or you're going to have a really good defog / rapid spin approach supporting you. Because those heavy duty boots are going to prevent you from taking Stealth Rock damage. Stealth Rock damage, you take 50% damage when you enter, so do be very cautious of that because it can cause a lot of problems for you. But at the same time, if you have the heavy duty boots, you are not going to take the damage, or if you have that really good support in defog or rapid spin, then you can definitely go without the heavy duty boots and use something else, maybe like leftovers or even things like Life Orb, for example. Ability-wise, we have access to Pressure and Regenerator. You're always going to use Regenerator. Pressure is very situational, it doesn't always work, and it relies on you being able to live at least 4 very powerful hits, because, well, at least 3, if not 4, because typically base 5 moves are the only one this is going to have any effect on, and they are typically very powerful attacks. Now sometimes they do have the chance to miss, but at the same time it's a very lower chance to miss compared to hit, so Regenerator is probably the one you're going to want to go for. Now this first set is a bit more of a supportive set, so we've got Will-O-Wisp on here just in case you desperately need to get a burn on something because it is ripping through your team. So for example, things like Zacian has a very high attack stat. You have trying to think of lots of different physical Pokemon. I know there are a lot of physical Pokemon in Ubers that you can Will-O-Wisp and half their attack power. Now obviously Ho-Oh will really appreciate that because base 90 defense means that you're not going to live as many attacks from those really strong physical Pokemon, but if you can half their attack power, obviously you're halving the amount of damage that you'll take, which will obviously reduce overall the impact it will have on you. We then have Recover as an option, so recovering, healing ourselves up by 50%. This can be, especially after you've set up that Will-O-Wisp, maybe you've taken that first hit because you're slower, and you can then recover that second turn, not having to worry about taking as much damage. We have Sacred Fire, powerful fire type attack, does have a 50% chance to burn the target. It's base 100 power and 95% accuracy, so misses 1 in 20 times, but obviously that is a really low risk to run that one. You can run things like Flamethrower instead if you want to go for more of a physical set, or even things like Flare Blitz, but you do get the damage there. In fact, I'm pretty sure it runs Flare Blitz, let me just double check. Yeah, so you can run Flare Blitz or even Flame Charge if you wanted to. If you want to go for that speed aspect, you could definitely go for that, but it's up to you how you decide to go for that one. Now, obviously you don't have to go for Will-O-Wisp on this set as well. You could go for either Toxic, which is transfer only, so you will have to transfer it, or you could go for, I believe, you could also go for, let me just double check, Thunder Wave. Yeah, you can get Thunder Wave as well to slow down the opposing Pokemon, which obviously is really handy with Ho-Oh with a base 90 speed. Halving the speed of the opposing Pokemon is definitely going to be really helpful. And the final attack I've gone for is Brave Bird, powerful flying type attack, boosted by Stab. Hits quite a few different Pokemon. Obviously, you've got quite a few Steel type Pokemon in there as well, but with that Sacred Fire / Flare Blitz, you've got that covered. So typically it's going to work quite well with this set. Obviously your base 130 attack stat does allow for you to hit quite hard on a lot of different Pokemon. EVs, max HP, max special defense with a careful nature, so more special defense, less special attack. If you want to go more for just a general defensive Pokemon, you can go max HP, max defense with an impish nature, so more defense and less special attack. So those are really your options there. I wouldn't recommend doing the investment into speed because I don't think it's really worth it, especially if you're going for like that Thunder Wave option, or if you're just planning on going for more of a bulky option, which will probably work out slightly better for you in the long term. Moving on to the second Ho-Oh. Now I kept Pressure on here just because you can keep Pressure on if you want to. If you haven't got access to the Regenerator, you can obviously use the Pressure version, but Regenerator is going to be your option as I said, most of the time. Heavy duty boots, again, as your option. I think that's a really good option for Ho-Oh. Typically, I would recommend running it on most of your Ho-Ohs, unless, as I said, you've got that really good support there. Now, we've got Tailwind on here. Tailwind allows you to double the speed of your Pokemon for 4 turns, which means that you can obviously switch out, get a different Pokemon in, or you can stay in and hit really hard with things like Flamethrower, or you can go for more attacking moves on this than with the support. So you can vary these sets, obviously, as you go. But Tailwind, doubling the speed of your team. Defog, to get rid of any hazards. Now, this combines really nicely with Heavy Duty Boots, because obviously you're not affected by the hazards. And Defog, getting rid of hazards, allows you to be able to switch more freely and not have that damage taken on your different Pokemon. You've then got Recover, which allows you to heal yourselves up as much as possible. Obviously, keeping yourself healthy is very important, especially if you're going to be using that support Tailwind and Defog on there. And then finally, I just went for Flamethrower. Special attack, I thought we'll go for a special attacking set this time. Powerful fire-type attack. We'll hit a lot of different Pokemon. As I said, there's a lot of Steel-type Pokemon there that will probably not like that very much. EVs, same one as before. You can go max HP, max special defense, or you can go max HP, max defense with this one. Possibly even max HP, max speed if you wanted to go for that, just to allow you to be able to potentially get that Tailwind off first. But that is just an option that you can consider running. Moving on to the third Ho-Oh set, I have got more of a special supportive set, not supportive set, a special attacking set, and this is using Hypervoice. Hypervoice is one of my favourite moves, especially when you combine it with Throat Spray. Now with this one, obviously, make sure you have support in Defog or Rapid Spin, and then bring Ho-Oh in straight away, because otherwise you are going to take 50% damage on entry, and that is not going to be good for you. Regenerator, obviously, keep that going, but you're probably not going to want to switch out on this one unless you absolutely have to. But we've got Hypervoice, activates the Throat Spray, gives you a +1 in your special attack, takes you from 319 to about 475-ish, which is obviously very, very powerful. You've then got Air Slash, powerful stab, flying type attack, Fire Blast, powerful stab, fire type attack. You can go for Flamethrower as an option if you don't want the option to miss. On there, obviously, you're deciding whether you want power or whether you want the accuracy there. And finally, Earth Power, just for a bit more coverage on there as well. Obviously, the Hypervoice, the first move you'll use, allows you to set up your special attack, and then you'll just use whichever attack is going to work the best for you. Now, EVs, max special attack, max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. This allows you to be as fast as possible to be able to deal with this. If you can possibly, for example, baton pass and agility into Ho-Oh, that might be very helpful for you as well. Or you could run max HP, max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack on there. Those are your 2 options really for this set. Now finally, I have got a Dynamax set for Ho-Oh, and this should hopefully work quite nicely. Obviously, if you don't want to Dynamax, you can just take the Rock Smash off and put a different move on, such as Brave Bird, for example, but I've got some options on here, and you can also change this up a little bit as well, and I'll explain how to do that in a second. So I've got Red Card on here. Red Card forces the opposing Pokemon to switch out when it hits you with a move, and that can give you potentially a free turn of being able to set up. But again, you can run Heavy Duty Boots, you could even run Life Orb, you could run Choice Bands, Choice Scarf, lots and lots of different options that you could run on Ho-Oh here. Again, Regenerator is our ability, but again, probably not going to switch out with this once you've got that setup done. What I've done is I've put on Rock Smash, which is a transfer-only move, unfortunately, so this would have to be a transfer-only set, or you could go for potentially like a weakness policy on the Ho-Oh, and then maybe have a recovery move or a flying type move as an option here on this set, which is up to you, obviously, what you go for. But Rock Smash turns to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat by 1 stage. Iron Head, really powerful, hits fairy types, which there are a couple of fairy types in Ubers from what I can remember. Turns to Max Steel Spike, increasing up your defense. Earthquake turns to Max Quake, increasing up your special defense and hitting those hitting those steel type Pokemon, which can be a massive pain. Sacred Fire, powerful fire type attack, boosted by stab. Again, 50% chance to burn, which can be really handy. Now, obviously, you can replace any of these moves with a flying type move like Brave Bird to be able to set up your speed as well. Obviously, you can run this as like a max HP, max attack variant or a max attack, max speed variant. And if you want to set up the speed, obviously, you've got the option to do that as well. So the EVs I'd recommend, Max attack, max speed, jolly nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs. Sorry, less special attack and 4 EVs in special defense. Allows you to be as fast as possible. Obviously, if you're using max airstream, you might want to go for the adamant nature, but it's up to you what you decide to go for there. Obviously, you could replace the rock smash with the brave bird if you wanted to, as an option there. Or if you're not worrying about speed, you go max HP, max attack with the adamant nature on there as an option. That is all for Ho-Oh today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I will see you soon.